my dear young friends. Welcome to the voice and visuals of Umber 19. Yes, today is going to be language in action. It's going to be, again, vocabulary. And here is a punchline that I begin with today. And it's also going to help you to recall a previous vocabulary section that we had done. We have to cope with the bouncers that English language throws at us. Yeah, so that is the bouncer. We have to cope with and not cope up with, as many people say. To use a double preposition in this phrasal verb, that is cope with, that is wrong. Cope up with is wrong. We had seen this. So our punchline is, we have to cope with the bouncers that English language keeps throwing at us. Yes. So we have a pair of 3 words over here, in all 6 words that we are going to actually see in use. So it's going to be vocabulary or words in use. The first one that is commonly confused, alright, affect and effect. Mrs. Srinivasan's speech had a magical effect on the youngsters of our college. So the speech had a magical effect. That means the verb over here is had. And this, therefore, effect is a noun. So it had a magical effect. It had what? It had a magical effect. Mrs. Srinivasan's speech had a magical effect on the youngsters of our college. So this, therefore, means the outcome, the result. Okay. The effect of global warming. Alright. The effect of the captain's constant bowling changes or continual bowling changes was very visible. So, and the next one is affect, which is used as a verb. So the illness from which he recovered recently affected his performance. So here, affect, therefore, is used as a verb, which means to influence, to impact. So the illness from which he recovered recently seems to have impacted his performance. It could be sports, it could be acting, anything. So the illness from which he recovered recently affected his performance. So the difference is very clear. Effect is the noun, which means the outcome, the consequence, the result, and affect, to affect, that's a verb, and which means influenced or brought about. Let's move on to the next pair. Continuously and continually. And so often have I seen, people, youngsters, my students, getting confused between these 2 words. Well, obviously, they are used as adverbs. They can even be adverbs on their own in a sentence, or they can be sub-modifiers, which means modifying another adverb or modifying an adjective in the same sentence. So, it rained continuously for nearly 2 hours last night. So, continuously means without stopping. So, rainfall has that natural propensity to actually keep falling or keep going on continuously without a break. So you have to be very careful about the phenomenon with which you use the word continuously or continually. I'll give you an example a little later. So there's a very subtle difference. So it rained continuously for nearly 2 hours last night. And in his fantastic innings of 175 not out at Turnbridge Wells, the Indian skipper of the 1983 World Cup team, Kapil Dev, hit boundaries and over boundaries continuously or continually. Yes, you can't go on hitting sixers and boundaries continuously. Yuvraj Singh did that, for 1 over only. So for 1 over, he kept on hitting sixers continuously. But then if you see the entire span of Yuvraj's innings, well, you have to say that he hit sixers continually, despite an over in which he hit sixers continuously, right off every ball of that over by Broad. So it rained continuously for nearly 2 hours last night. I used to see films quite continually, which means rather frequently or regularly. So I used to see films continually when I was in college in Lucknow, and it's a fact. But then it wouldn't mean that I go to see the films, morning show, evening show, night show. So morning, matinee, afternoon, evening, night show. No, one doesn't do that. So therefore, you see a movie continually. Or, yes, I had this record of going to the cinema hall 21 times once in a month. That was 1 month only, before I realized what I was doing was not going to help me at all. So, I can use the word continually over there, but not continuously. The most common mistake we make is, when we get somebody, who talks, who keeps on jabbering away, who keeps on talking. But then, can somebody talk continuously? So no. So we use continually. Yes, it's very difficult for me. It's very difficult for me to actually speak. It was very difficult for me to put forth or present my viewpoints, because the debaters from the other team kept on speaking, kept on talking, kept on speaking and talking and shouting continually. You can't keep on shouting continuously. Alright, so you have to be very careful. You have to make the context very, very clear. If it's for a limited time period of say 1 minute or 2 minutes at the most, or 3 minutes, yes, you can use the word somebody kept on talking continuously for 2 minutes. But if you take a greater time frame, alright, then it has to be continually. So continually, regularly. That means with breaks, but then it goes on happening. Alright? Consider and regard. This is another area, another set of words where I've seen people make mistakes. Consider as. No, we can never use as with consider. Then consider can have more than one pattern in which you can use that word. But regard has got just one pattern, and that is regard as. Regard is always followed by as. So I regard G.R. Vishwanath as the most stylish batsman ever. Well, of all I have seen in my life, on TV or live, that means on the ground. So I regard Gundappa Vishwanath as the most stylish batsman ever. I regard M.A.K. Pataude and M.S. Dhoni and Saurav Ganguly as the most brilliant captains or cricket captains that India or Indian cricket has ever seen. So as is followed, as follows regard, always. And this is the most common pattern, alright, of sentence. I regard something or somebody as, right? So you have the subject, you have the verb regard, then you have the object, somebody or something, followed by as. Consider does not have as. It is usually followed by to be. Alright. I consider exchange offer. Alright. A short film that I saw recently and which was sent to me by one of my all-time very, very dear and favorite students, Syed Faiz Hussain from the US. So I would recommend, alright, to all of you to see that 25-minute short film that is called Exchange Offer, and it features M.K. Raina. The youngster there, I've forgotten his name, I'm sorry, but he also acted beautifully with a lot of poise and a lot of self-control. No overacting there. Anyway, so I consider Exchange Offer to be one of the finest short films. So I consider something or somebody to be, not and never as. So I consider Exchange Offer to be one of the finest short films. And finally, keeping this entire video lesson or session short and sweet so that you can absorb it. Alright, when we come to the final sentence of the program, when we consider that something happened in this way, we have to say something. Alright, so when we consider that he had only one good eye, M.A.K. Pataudi's was an incredible feat. Now look at that word feat, F-E-A-T. I love this word. I would like you to love this word too, because we go on using the word, alright, achievement, okay, attainment, but feat is also a performance or an achievement, F-E-A-T. So when we consider that he had only one good eye, M.A.K. Pataudi's was an incredible feat. That means to have played fast bowlers like Freddie Truman, Brian Statham, Graham McKenzie, Alan Connolly, Neil Hawke, David Cameron, Collins, alright, from Australia, England, Australia and New Zealand respectively, and even Wes Hall and Charlie Griffith from the West Indies. Well then, it was an incredible feat. Okay, so when we consider that, so this is another structure, another pattern. You consider that something happens. Okay, so when we consider that, there was a long period of lockdown, the progress of the children through online classes is indeed remarkable. Thank you to the teachers. Okay, so two messages, one a personal one. Thank you to my student in the USA, Syed Faiz Hussain, who has been in the USA for the past 30 or 35 years, alright, for sending me this beautiful, heart-touching short film, Exchange Offer. And I know why he sent it. Thank you so much. And of course, a message to all. Maria Montessori had said that the child is the hope and promise of mankind or humanity. Very true. We have to ensure a holistic, entertaining development of a child as he or she grows up, so that that promise and that hope can be fulfilled. But one thing, make it very clear, and this is my appeal to all principals, all administrators in the academic realm. Yes, the child is our hope. The child is the promise, all right, of mankind. But then, who are the ones who actually are going to ensure that the child fulfills the hope and promise for humanity? The teachers. And do not let teachers stay in insecurity. Do not let teachers stay in an atmosphere of apprehension, constant apprehension, continual apprehension that I make one little mistake or one kind of a sort of a complaint or a grouse raised by a parent, maybe due to certain misunderstanding, maybe due to misinformation, maybe due to wrong reporting. All right, my place in the institution is jeopardized. If a teacher, a good teacher, works for the betterment of our children with this Damocles sword of insecurity hanging on his or her head, then of course that promise will not be fulfilled. So love our children and let us respect their very good, involved and sincere teachers and principals. God bless. So that's all from the voice and visuals of Amber 19. Thank you so much to the 1,342 subscribers. Yes, ye dil mange more. God bless and Naman to all the Kargil martyrs, their family members, their wives, their children, their parents. It's something that, we can't do anything more, but just remember them with a lot of love and, of course, a whole lot of gratitude. The Kargil martyrs. Thank you.